I hope you're well. Welcome back to Vlogtember. Vlogtember is nearly over. I'm so shocked by it. I will be doing Halloween, so a video every day in October, but I thought I would just sit down and chat about books. I wanted to do a Friday reads for a while, and I just haven't been able to like work the time to sit down and chat. So I just thought I'd do it now, even though it's not a Friday reads, but it basically is. I'm going to talk about some recent books. I've got some little books that I want to haul, that are books that I wanted for quite a long time. For Bear, I got myself a new book, and then let's discuss this. In a recent vlog I spoke about this, and you have all informed me I was wrong about it, so I'm gonna discuss and we'll talk about that. So first up, what I'm currently reading, loving so much, A Fatal Feast, Murder, She Wrote. When I think it was 2 years ago, I chose this for my book club, but I never finished it, and I am loving it. So Murder, She Wrote, you know, Jessica Fletcher solving murders. There is no murder so far. I'm quite a bit into it. It's all set in Cabot Cove so far. So she's hosting Thanksgiving, one of her English friends is coming over, maybe he's a love interest. And then Seth, there is insinuations that people think he's a love interest, and Jessica's trying to get it together, and then she gets these anonymous letters, and it's just a piece of paper, and then it has a letter cut out of a newspaper on it, and obviously someone's trying to send her a message. Cabot Cove is going to ruin. Can I just say that? Because there are like drug addicts in Cabot Cove now. That's probably not very politically correct to say, whatever. Welcome to the channel, you know me. But Cabot Cove for me is this fantasy place where there's no crime. It's beautiful, it's set by the water, just a little town, everyone gets along. There might be someone who's a little bit moody, a bit crabby, but the spirit of Christmas will bring them around, you know, that kind of thing. Small time, cozy American town, everyone knows your name. Love it. No. So there's this man who just looks like he's homeless, but he's not homeless, but he lives nearby, like rents a room somewhere, but he's kind of lurking. So he goes into office buildings and just lurks. He's just a stranger danger. So Jessica has spotted him looking in her house, standing on the street, staring into... It's turned into Michael Myers, staring in her house. And then she says like the sheriff is trying to get a hold of this because there's other people like this with various problems that are just kind of floating around Cabot Cove. What? Get my Cabot Cove? No, this isn't acceptable. In the real world, okay, like if you live in England, if you go into the town centre, you go into the city centre, there's going to be a lot of things. People, you know, injecting their eyeballs, like crazy stuff. Oh, there's a needle. So my escapism of Cabot Cove, I don't want to hear about it. Murder, that's fine. That's not too far for me. But somehow this man just staring, lurking, I can't cope. This one's gone full rogue. That's why I love it so much. So there's kind of people there who the mayor has said he's trying to get a hold of it, and it's kind of like unfortunate souls that are there, but you don't really know anything about them. And they're not like part of the plot, but it's obviously to excuse why this man is looking in her house. It's not just one lone man. They're like, oh yeah, Cabot Cove has had a few problems with various people, so maybe he's just one of them. And he's not targeting Jessica, he's just one of them. In Cabot Cove? But then there's romance with my Jessica. So Seth, it's saying, you know, everyone thinks Seth fancies me, is what Jessica's saying, but we're just friends. And then George, who's coming from England for Thanksgiving with her, everyone thinks, you know, me and George had a thing, and we did. And I was just like, that they did have this romance, and they live far apart, and they didn't really know if it would work. They're both widowers. Choose Seth though. I want her to end up with Seth. I always wanted her to be with the sheriff, but the sheriff's got a wife in this, so I don't know why I wanted her to be like a home wrecker, but I want her to end up with Seth. I'm loving this so far, Fatal Feast. I'll show you some little books that when I was pregnant with Bear, I wanted these books for him, picture books, but they're really for me. You know, if you're like a parent, you'll know, like certain books you're like, oh yeah, I'm getting that for my kid, but really you just think they're very beautiful. And I always had it in my Amazon cart, and I was like, oh, I can't buy it, they're quite expensive books. Some of them, like the most expensive one is £9, so they're not, you know, really collector's edition or anything like that. Oh, and then we have a little bit of a controversial one as well. So we have Leaf Man. This one is by Louis Elbert, and none of these books I had as a child. And I just saw this and I thought, oh my god, it's an autumn dream. Look at it. So it's all made up of leaves, but they depict different scenes. And there's this leaf man who's blowing around. And I just thought, oh my God, this is so gorgeous. This is such a gorgeous thing as well. If you're going to do a little activity, a little craft with it, you could say, okay, we're going to collect some leaves from the park. And then for like older kids, you could say, oh, you can scan them into the computer and kind of edit them round into a picture. And then for little kids, you can say, okay, we're just going to stick the leaf onto the page. So for older kids, it would be teaching them Photoshop. And then for littler kids, it's just like a fun craft. And you could also be like, name the leaves, because there's different things in here, like name what tree these various leaves you think come from. I then have my first Elmer. So it's the story of Elmer, but I collect anything with elephants, so that's why I got this. And it's just a big cutout elephant of the original story of Elmer. I then have Spot's Pumpkin Surprise. It's about Spot and his dad grow a pumpkin from seed, and then at the end they're making pumpkin pie for their mum and grandma. And I loved the end scene. I thought it was just so cute. Them all having the little pie and then this little like garland. Gorgeous. Then pumpkin soup. This one, I read this the other day and it's so cute. This is by Helen Cooper, and it's about this cat, duck and squirrel. They live together and every day they kind of have the same routine, and they make this pumpkin soup, and then one of them wants to break from the routine, and it's about that. And it's just, the illustrations are so cozy. Oh my God, I have to show you where they live. Their house. And they each play little instruments, and I want to get everything from her now because I think it's so gorgeous. We then have The Large Family, which I love these books. My parents actually have one at their house, and it's 5 minutes piece, and it's basically a family of elephants, but the books are very relatable to parents. So 5 minutes piece is the mum like, can I just have 5 minutes piece, guys? And then the baby bear comes in, the baby elephant comes in and does it, and then the older elephant comes in and it's about like, oh my God, can I have 5 minutes piece, guys? And it's like funny for adults and like lovely for children as well. But there's one in the collection that I think I'm just gonna like charity shop, not read him, but I might be being a bit much, you know me. So I also hate anything that comes in these gift boxes. I spoke about that before, because I just feel you can't get them out because they're so tight in the gift box. Oh, that's the one. So this is a piece of cake, and it's about the mother elephant weighs herself and goes, oh my God, I'm so fat, I need to go on a diet. And we all need to go on a diet because we're already fat. So they all start exercising and then eating healthy food, and they hate it. So it's very much healthy food is boring, exercise is boring. The grandma then sends them a cake, and they all are taking bits of the cake, and then like secretly, and then the mum elephant eats the cake, and they all catch her, and they're like, I thought we were supposed to be losing weight. And she's like, okay, maybe elephants are supposed to be fat. And I didn't love the whole, when they're exercising, so they go on like a family little walk and stuff, they're like, we hate it, it's so boring, exercise is so boring, and fruit is so boring. And I don't know if I'm being overly sensitive. You can say, Hannah, calm down. They said elephants is too fat, not you, love, calm yourself. Dear, like, everything healthy is boring, and then like cake and watching TV is fun. Like, I don't know, I want him to kind of be into sport and like different stuff, and that she's weighing herself like, look how fat I am. I don't know if I'm actually being too much, because they did say elephants are too fat. They didn't say Hannah. Hannah Tay, you are a fat pig. Tell me, should I keep it or not? We then have in the series All in One Piece. So the grandparents are coming around to look after the elephants, and mama and dada elephant, they're going out on a date. And so, and it's kind of like so funny how it's not like gentle parenting, the elephants. Oh no, like this. Luke sneaked into the bathroom while Mr. Large, that's Daddy Elephant, was shaving. And Daddy Elephant goes, go away. They're not gentle parenting, these elephants. I love them. And then at the end, oh my God, don't, look at it. Look at me, like this is such a romance to me, but it is so romantic. We've escaped, said Mr. Large with a smile, closing the front door. All in one piece, said Miss Large, and not a smear of paint between us, because the kids were painting. Actually, said Mr. Large gallantly, you'd look wonderful to me, even if you were covered in paint. I'm sorry, that's just so romantic to me. Look. We then have 5 minutes peace. This is when she's like, can I have 5 minutes peace, guys? Like, I'm trying to have a bath, and they all jump in the bath and everything like that. We then have Mr. Large in charge. So the mum is sick and the dad has to look after the kids. A quiet night in. That's mum's trying to do a date night for dad, and all the kids are kind of getting in the way, and she's like, when he gets home from work, you know, I want this to be, she doesn't use the word date night, but you know, it's like a special thing between us, and they're just trying to get involved, all the kids. And then mummy and daddy elephant basically just fall asleep on their date night because they're so exhausted. He's so exhausted from work, she's so exhausted looking after them, and then they all go, oh, like, now they have got their their like quiet night in together, let's all go off to bed and leave them so they can have their quiet night. They wanted a date night, guys. They didn't want to have to sleep because they're exhausted with your antics. And it is kind of funny for adults as well, but it's not adult humour within it, which I like. Book haul for myself, just between friends. It's basically about these 2 women who are pregnant, and then a secret is going to be revealed by one of them. Something, and then it's just like, you know, we have to keep this just between friends. And now I just want to chat about this because I've read the comments and I said this was a cross stitch. I showed it in a vlog. It's to make a cushion. Massive cushion though, isn't it? Don't you think? And I said, oh, this is a cross stitch, but the wool is very thick, as you can see, to do it. And everyone's like, it's a tapestry. Like, that's a full-blown tapestry. And that frightens me now, because tapestry to me says, we're in a Tracy Chevalier novel, we are living underground, it's Victorian era, I'm in a workhouse. Like, the idea of doing a full tapestry, it's just like, oh my gosh. So you can see, I don't know if you can see what I've done or not. You see, this bit is done. I don't know if it looks, or if you can just see the canvas, but I'll do it a little bit closer so you can see. It's coming together. I've run out of wool. So with cross stitch, can you get cross stitch tapestry? Why am I running out of the wool? I'm just doing crosses on it, but am I supposed to just do like a half a cross maybe? Or is it the way I'm doing it at the back? Is your back supposed to look like this as well? It's very messy. Is that? So I just tie a knot to knot the pieces of thing off. Someone tell me. This is turning disastrous. What am I doing wrong that I'm using up the colours way too quick? Obviously I know, like, I can just go and like buy more wool and stuff, but I'm obviously doing something wrong because they obviously give you enough wool to do the kit, and they might even give you a little bit extra to do the kit, and I've already run out of a colour, and I've got a yellow flower and half a yellow flower still to do, and my yellow's gone. My weekend plans, probably going to a pumpkin patch. There's one called Avon Valley. Has anyone been to Avon Valley in Bristol pumpkin patch? I've never been to a pumpkin patch ever in my life. It just wasn't a thing when I was a kid, and I remember when they opened up they were really expensive as well. It was like £14 entry in some of them, so it was like mad. Whereas this one is £2 entry, you don't get anything free with that, you don't get like a pumpkin or anything, and kids go free. So it will cost us £4, and then obviously we've got to drive there as well, so the petrol to drive that, and then it has free parking there. Because a lot of them, that's what they catch you on the parking. Look at me, like, let me tell you. Like, it's adding up, it's adding up. You haven't even bought a little pumpkin yet. I want to get the little munchkin pumpkins, that's all I want. And then I want to get a really big one, but I think I'm going to get it from like a supermarket or something. And one where I can cut it out and I can put Bear inside the pumpkin. So you put 2 holes at the front, so the legs go through the pumpkin. It's like little pumpkin trousers, because last year at Halloween, how old was he? Like 2 weeks old or something? And so I couldn't really put like a 2-week-old newborn in a pumpkin. Imagine me like propping him up. He's like can't even hold his head up and he's been propped. Also, I've changed up the background a little bit. Here we go. We've got a little vintage. There are 2 tigers, wild woman there. Got my little Halloween mug. I am going to put my Halloween decorations up really soon. We basically, me and Dom have wanted to sell our house, so we had someone come around and take the pictures of the house, so that when we decide like we want it to go up and stuff like that, then it can just go up whenever that's going to be. If we're going to sell it in auction or through an estate agent, and we don't have a garden, and I just feel like I really do want a garden for Bear. So by now I normally would have put my Halloween 1st of August 1st of August for me is Halloween day. The pumpkins are out because, you know, for me it's just cute pumpkin stuff like this, and then the 1st of November is Christmas, but it's Christmas and Halloween, and I normally keep my Halloween stuff up till December, and then just Christmas has to kind of fit in around it. I love Christmas too, but you know, like my Halloween stuff is very Harvest Festival, Thanksgiving, it's just pumpkins. It can just stay up with all the Christmas bits. So I am so excited. I think tomorrow, if it rains, we won't go to the pumpkin patch, so I'll put the decorations up tomorrow. Maybe I'll film it for a vlog. But tell me what videos you want to see from me. I am going to be carrying on into October, just carrying along with daily videos. I haven't been doing every single day, which is so annoying to me because I do feel I kind of have failed it by not doing it every single day, but my laptop completely stopped working. So I'm gonna end it here, and I will see you again soon for another video. Fell through the ground